right, man. Welcome to the 290 Moe podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
What's going on? My name is Johnny Daniels, founder of ICFS consultancy. ICFS standing for Initiating Changeforself.
Okay. So real quick update since the last time you was here. So for everybody watching and listening, it was a first time. Actually this is the third time. The first time was on Zoom, and then we was in here. So y'all can catch some other interviews linked in the description. But since the last time we spoke, man, real quick, just update us on what's been going on with you in the work life. If you don't mind, the personal life, what's been going on?
Man, first and foremost, most exciting news. I found out I'm finna have a daughter, and she due next Thursday.
Oh man, it was a daughter too, man. Daughters change everything, man. Change your whole. For me personally, it changed my whole outlook on life. Sure.
Yeah, then.
It changed my whole. I looked at karma differently. Everything. I changed everything different.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man. But not to cut you off.
For sure, no, yeah, definitely. I'm already looking at it different, man. It's like I'm more mindful of how I look at other people's daughters now. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you said, looking at karma.
I'm thinking back on how I did other people's daughters. Like,
exactly.
Man, like shit, I can't take back that. You know what I'm saying? If she come telling me motherfucker did on super sad, you know.
Want to do that to somebody for real? Like, nah, that's my little baby.
Man, Joe.
Man, it's like, damn, I ain't even meet her yet. She already got me wrapped around her finger.
Real,
I already
sure.
know what's going on.
For sure.
For
So,
sure.
what was your reaction to hearing the news, man?
Hey, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna tell you what, I was in a position where I couldn't even have kids. So in college, I mean, it is what it is. So in college, I found out. So in college, I had an injury, right? But I ain't really feeling it till I got older. So last year, around July 7th, I found out that my left testicle was twisted, and I couldn't have kids. So I had a instance where, you feel me, something ain't feel right, so I went to go get it checked out, and that's when I found out I had something called varicocele. And it was like the veins was twisted up on my left testicle, so it was blocking all my testosterone, it was blocking everything. So it was like, all right,
Was it painful? Was it painful?
Yeah, it was painful. It was painful after a while. Like, I could see it started swelling, and then it was more so about getting it done though, cause I'm more so of a person, like, if I see it's an issue, I want to get it fixed right then and there.
For sure.
And after the surgery, we ain't waste no time. About a month after that, she hit me in my line like, yeah,
no time. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So and that's crazy, man. And that's ain't nothing but God, man. You know what I'm saying? Because just thinking when I write my questions, getting the episode together, man, I was just thinking about how much work you put in, you know what I'm saying, with other people's kids, you know what I'm saying, and now for you to be bringing your own in the world, you know what I'm saying. And I didn't even know the situation you had going on, but that was my first thought, like, that ain't nothing but God, I'm sure. Like, there's certain people that need, you know what I'm saying, children to, you know what I'm saying, to put out in this earth, you know what I'm saying. So that's dope, man. So other than baby news, man, what's been going on with the business part of everything?
Man, it's been a journey, but like, it's been more so of a spiritual journey. I say most entrepreneurs would agree with me.
For sure.
On that behalf. Like, it's more so of a spiritual journey, because it's things that you like. It's kind of like, you get what I'm saying, like what you know, you get what I'm saying, like you get it all, then you lose it all. You get it back, then you lose it all. It's more so taking risks. So, you know, taking risks, I was able to like reach out to more people. It's been growing heavily though. Like, I've been getting recognition as far as like when I get an opportunity to speak to someone and they see exactly what it is in the curriculum and what it is inside of it, they be all for it. Like, it's just a matter of chance of like getting a chance to meet with them. And so I've been growing like consistently throughout the city, and it's been nice, man, and having a chance to like network with different people. For sure.
Okay. So with the curriculum is full fledged, you know what I'm saying, out and ready to go, right? And is it something that's set in stone, or are you constantly tweaking, adding, taking away things? You know what I'm saying? How does that go?
It may be things. So I learned so much from the kids, right? So my last session, I was in a juvenile, and if one of the kids said something to me, and that made me go back and like tweak something, I'm like, that made so much sense. So I learned so much from them, just as much as they learned from me. And it's like, we feeding off of each other. So, but for the most part, the foundation of it is all set in stone, though. Like, everything is what it is.
For sure. And that's dope, man, because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of programs, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying anything wrong with books, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of things are recycled, you know what I'm saying, books, packets, you know what I'm saying, PowerPoints that are recycled, you know what I'm saying, like as a youth myself growing up and, you know what I'm saying, having to participate in different programs because I had my little run-ins, you know what I'm saying, it was all, you know what I'm saying, the same shit from the last one, you know what I'm saying, people talking to me that I couldn't connect with, you know what I'm saying, or people talking to me that when I go home, everybody telling me to stay away from as far as the police, you know what I'm saying, or the person that put me here, you know what I'm saying, or put they knee on my neck. So a lot of the bases, you know what I'm saying, around the questions that I had for you today was just surrounding, you know what I'm saying, particularly the youth in the inner city, more particularly Chicago, because that's where we at, you know what I'm saying. And, with a lot of the political aspects, you know what I'm saying, swirling around the city. Like, we got so many politicians, you know what I'm saying, we got so many churches and stuff like that, but it's still crazy. So, in your opinion, man, can the youth in Chicago be saved?
Yeah, I think so. And it's like more so of a thing that when you throw it out there and when you answer it, it's like how. You get what I'm saying? Like, how can this happen? You get what I'm saying? But I truly believe we have an opportunity to save the youth because, mind you, they're children, right? So it was a psychologist. His name was Eric Erickson. And Eric Erickson has a life expectancy chart in which he have different stages in your life and where he says that kids are sponges from birth all the way to a certain age. You get what I'm saying? And so I think, I would say that our kids would be able to, it's more so of a father figure too, more so of a father figure thing. You get what I'm saying? So guidance, the correct guidance, right? So guidance is essential, but you can't guide anybody if you don't have a relationship with them. So I always start out with rapport. Before I do anything, any psychological thing, we're going to start out with rapport. I'm going to get to know you as a person. We're going to chop it up. I'm going to let you see that I'm from where you from. You get what I'm saying? And then along with the rapport, kids love to see, they love visuals, right? So they're very visual. So if you can show them that you did what you asking them to do, they willing to follow you. You get what I'm saying? Because they experience with their parents. They're like, you telling me to do this, I saying you do this, and you telling me to do that. How can you tell me something that I didn't see you do? Right. And this is the generation that's gonna step on your neck about that.
For sure, man. I say it all the time, man. I say, like, if my daughter, she's 7 going on 8, if she met the 7-year-old me, she probably think I was like special ed or something, or a little slow. You know what I'm saying? These kids, you can't lie to them about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the answer right in their hand. You know what I'm saying? The click of a button. So, man, that was heavy that you said that, man. Another question I got for you, man. I'm pretty sure you know that June is Pride Month. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's heavily celebrated in the city and throughout the nation, man. What is your curriculum's approach to dealing with a child who may be a part of the LGBT community?
I don't address the sexuality of kids because they're kids. And you get what I'm saying? Trauma may be different for everybody. And so I just focus on my program being an open dialogue. So when I say open dialogue, it's like I ask them questions and I want them to answer the questions exactly the way that they're feeling it. Not a right or wrong question, just exactly the way they're feeling it. And, they human beings. You get what I'm saying? So it's like at a point, we don't know what trauma that people went through. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like more so addressing that, but leaving that alone unless they want to volunteer to come pull me to the side, because that's something that we also do. Ask the kids. So I know I'm kind of airwell, but so in the beginning of the session we have a slide, a chart, like be like from 1 to 10. 10 being you feeling your worst, 1 being you feeling your best. So if they say they feeling the 10 like they feeling their worst, You know what I'm saying? I ask them, so now I give them options. Would you like to step out for the session, or would you like to talk one-on-one afterwards if it's something that's bothering you bad? So they have the option to, you know what I'm saying, like spill that out regarding that. But I really don't question, the kids' sexuality. I mean, I have my opinion about it, but at the same time, like I said again, like they kids,
And that's really a question I have for myself, because once you mention, fatherless homes, you know what I'm saying, I feel like they coincide with each other sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. It's straight up evidence though. It's evident, right? So it's like, if you look at the structure of society for the African American family, right? I think the foundation of anything is the black family, right? A black man with a black woman together. You know what I'm saying? You take the black man out, now everybody else is vulnerable. So now, I know, like back in the day, I heard like one of the old heads telling me back in the day that women can only get government assistance if the man wasn't in her. So now the government replaced the man.
It's still like that to this day.
Right, and we gotta see that's not. How is this not an issue? It's 2023. Why is this still the thing? You know what I'm saying? So now it's different agendas that they got to replace the father in the home. So now it's confusion going on all throughout our world. And this is what God says in his word though. Yeah. I'm telling you though, it's confusing.
We're gonna give you a crib, but you gotta put him out. If he working, we can take his money, child support, take his money, give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what you need him for now at this point. But you can't. But what you need him for is to raise that boy into a man. I'm
telling you, this whole cycle of I think it's creative how they just cycle slavery in different forms. It's psychological now though, but.
Okay, and I definitely smell what you stepping in, man, because I've done my heavy research. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on a lot of things, especially my people. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
So nothing you saying on here is crazy, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, with your expert opinion, with these topics, man. So, we just wrapped up a new mayoral election. We always get new mayors, you know what I'm saying? Chicago is probably, you know what I'm saying, not of late, you know what I'm saying, but if you know the history, well, that is of late because Blagojevich, you know what I'm saying, it's high corruption, a lot of money being touched, but a lot of less things being done unless it's by the lake, you know what I'm saying? Not even by the lake, but downtown. So, what is your thoughts on politicians overall in the city, and just start with the mayor, with the new mayor?
So, I had a privilege of being a part of Brandon's campaign, and I had a chance to do body. I was his body person for like the primary, right? So I knew nothing about politics, so all of this stuff was new to me, and I really got a chance to know him as a person, right? So that was the reason why I decided to go forth and do it. I'm like, for one, it's a different experience. That's out of the ordinary for me. So I'm like, I'll give it a chance. But really seeing who he was outside of him being a mayor, I see like he's so much similar to us. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's hard to see that it's not hard to see that, but it's more so of like, you wouldn't know that side of him if you didn't know him. So just seeing the things that he did off the camera, off the things that people don't see, that made me respect him. So, I'm hoping that he do a good job. I expect him to do a good job. Change something around, because it's hard to pick up behind somebody, and so it's different though. But as far as like the political world itself, it's different. It's very different. It's interesting people in there, but. How can I put it? Like, I don't know. Me personally, I always looked at politics as like people pleasing in a way. But in a way, the more that I went into politics, I see that it's needed. It's needed for the functioning of our communities, though. And I think it's something that we should take serious. But I think it should also be explained in a way that everybody understands, so that we can take it serious.
Okay.
For sure.
So, as you say, it's needed. I feel like brothers like you are needed in roles of leadership everywhere, damn near, basically. So is that something that you would be ever be interested in as far as the political aspect of things, or are you more, you know what I'm saying, community based?
Hey, it's so funny. I just got asked this question today earlier though. So, all I say is I love to do the will of God, whatever His will for me. So if that is that, then I'll definitely go. If He tell me to go forth and go forth to a political role, I'll definitely go forth. But definitely, especially like, making a difference in what we know though. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be real with you. Ever since I was a shorty, no matter who was in office, everything was always the same in our community. Like I never seen nothing different. That's why we didn't take politics serious. So I would like to change that narrative for kids that is in my position at that age. Now y'all can see a difference. Y'all can see y'all got new backboards. Y'all can see new courts. Y'all can see new programs. Y'all can see new everything. That would be something that I would be interested in doing. And just like, things that's very vital to our community. Y'all, and it's like we can talk about the kids. We can say all of this, how we want them to stop doing this, but we don't invest in them. We don't invest in them. And that's something that I respected Brandon for when he was saying we got to invest in people. You know what I'm saying? We got to invest in these kids. We got to go out there, meet them, go to the gas station, shake their hands, introduce yourself. You can't be afraid of somebody if you want them to change. You got to be willing to step up and be that figure for them, that role model. But in the way you get that is if you get personal with them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get personal with them. And so that's something that I would do
For
if
sure.
I did have the opportunity.
The only thing I would say to that, I'll say when they come shaking them hands, you gotta come, you know what I'm saying, with the plan too.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying, cause you know what I'm saying, I didn't seen Lori Lightfoot at the red line, you know what I'm saying, shaking hands and shit, you know what I'm saying. But some teams it was a shootout at the red line, you know what I'm saying. It's been renovating and everything, but it's still poor people living right next door. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely got to invest in people. And speaking on the people, but back to the young people, man. These downtown Chicago takeovers, man, with the kids, man, with the teens, man. When you see things like that, what's your thoughts on it?
They bored. They ain't got nothing to do. What else to do? They gonna come up with something to do. It's a crowd. I would, and it's people that'd be like, no, it's just their parents. It's just this. It's just that. But it definitely could be parent, and parenting is a part of it. But I don't have everything like point to point of what it could be. But what I think about it is just they need something to do. They need something that they actually like to do, though. You get what I'm saying? Not just something to do and give it to them because it's just like it's a waste of their time and that's just going to make them rebel. Actually talk to the kids and figure out what it is that y'all want to do and invest in the thing that they want to do. And like, I know we have just went from the last question about investing in the people, right? So me personally, let's say I did decide I want to be a politician, right? I would get all of the gangs, LLCs as security guards so that y'all can monitor y'all neighborhood. Pay them to pick up their trash around their neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? What else? Walk the old ladies. You get what I'm saying? Something, make them the original purposes for gangs, right? You get what I'm saying? Because gangs will never go away. The reason why shorties keep getting in gangs is because they may have an unstable home. And if you meet another kid with an unstable home, y'all gonna link up together. You get what I'm saying? And now y'all are brothers. You feel me? Because it's trauma bonding. That's all it is. Both of y'all went through the same thing. Both of y'all can relate to each other. So now I got your back for life. You got my back for life. And so you got to invest in that. You will never get rid of this because there's too much brotherhood in that. You get what I'm saying? It's like, what's that character name? Venom? You get what I'm saying? It's like Spider-Man and Venom. You get what I'm saying? If you use Venom for the right purposes to kill, even though he evil, you killing him, he killing the bad guys. You get what I'm saying? So it's like just investing in them, right? Finding something that they can use, make it useful for them though. So that's something I think we should do.
Yeah, you ain't said nothing wrong, man, because I actually got firsthand word. Well, I don't got firsthand word, but I was watching an interview from like one of the real famous drill rapper. And he was talking about a day one of his homies got killed downtown. It was downtown, his homie got killed. It was either by the police or it might have been by somebody else, but he got shot downtown. And the interview was like, why be so much stuff going on downtown? He was like, man, because when we was shorties going downtown, it was like going to a different world. Yeah, he was like going to a different place from where we come from, shorty. So it was like, you gotta invest in these communities, man. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like a different world 30 minutes from your crib, 25 minutes from your crib. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I done had somebody, an old person say, Master Pulaski been like that since the Martin Luther King riots. Since the Martin Luther King riots, it's been like that. What? Since it's been like that. Before that, from what I hear, and I plan to do more research because I want to do documentaries on the city, but from what I hear, it was like a magnificent mile. For sure. Like out south on Michigan Avenue, it was like a magnificent mile. For sure. But, you know, and even though shit happened, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like motherfuckers was wrong for rioting for King, but people pay taxes for a reason. Exactly. Ain't no way it should be 100 million lots in the south and west side, and y'all talking about we gonna build a garden right there. Right, garden? Right, that's free.
Exactly.
That's seeds.
Exactly.
So
yeah, man, it kind of make you think like, is people doing this on purpose? Because a lot of things is common sense, bro. Like, you would think that it's common sense, and that's something like we said. If I did get into that, I would use a ton of common sense though. Like, why? Like, especially with the Walmart stuff. But that's a man. Look. That's crazy to me, boy. I don't understand.
But it start with it's crazy, but now that you mention it, and I think it start with like the small stores, like them shutting down Save-A-Lots and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like in a minute, you know what I'm saying? What the
gentrification? Yeah, it's coming.
We ain't got nothing to eat. We gotta leave now. Right?
They gonna try to push everybody out to the burbs and stuff.
So like, as soon as everybody get to the burbs, they gonna get the Roost Chris popping up all types of shit.
Crazy.
Man, that's crazy, man. Real quick, before we leave off the team takeovers, man. Do you feel like it should be a curfew for the youth?
Curfew for the youth? Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, for sure. I think so. But is it gonna work though? That's the thing though, because it's like we can like. So it's like if we know that these teams, if we know that this generation.
Well, you know, well. As far as like the curfew, you know how they really acted as far as like the malls, movies, bowling alleys. If you ain't over a certain age, you know what I'm saying, they ain't letting you in type shit.
Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah. So but outside too. But you know, as far as I muddy up the waters when I talk about as far as police being able to stop me, like how old you is getting a house type shit. So I ain't gonna speak on what I don't know. So just as far as, you know what I'm saying, them enacting a curfew on like these events and malls and stuff like that.
I say yeah, that should be something. We gotta implement discipline. That should be something you should earn back. Like more so like if we gotta be our parent, you get what I'm saying? Like this could be a way of restriction. But I would have to like really look back into that though. To really have like a true opinion though, but that's just like what came to my head.
For sure.
First thing first.
Appreciate that. This something we was kind of talking about before the camera got to rolling, man. What percentage, and I probably wrote this question fucked up, but what percentage do you feel of the music and the media affects, you know what I'm saying, what we get from the youth? Like, should you be monitoring what your kids listen to, watch to, and ingest? Is it normal? What, in your opinion, how much of effect does music and media have on the youth?
Man, music is down there witchcraft. This is a spiritual warfare now. Music is a spiritual warfare, in my opinion, though. Because if a song can make you want to go kill somebody, you have to have strong influence to make you go want to kill somebody. You get what I'm saying? When did we get to a point where it's comfortable dissing somebody dead, homie? And I noticed we have popularized demonic trends. That's very demonic, bro. Like, that's not a natural thing, though. Like, and it's something that kids are sponges, and so when they get into their soul, you get what I'm saying, they're visual. And so as they listen to the song, they're imagining themselves doing what the artist is saying. And so they get into this visual thing, and they're going to go live out their visual. They're going to go live out what they visualizing because they're in the environment to do that. They into it with somebody anyways. Not to mention that sometime they may be into it over wars that have started years before they was born, and they don't even know how it started though. And so it's like music is a demonic aid, but it could be used for something good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But good music, it's not positive music. It's corny to people. Like, and it's like how? Well, I ain't gonna. It depends on who's rapping it though. I say it that way.
Oh, you mean like rap? You mean positive rap? Yeah.
Like somebody rapping about like somebody rapping about like.
It's only in my opinion, it's only probably like 2 or 3 of them that I would. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of. It's different, man. It's different because like even I don't know, man, because I kind of was raised on gangster rap, so it's like it never, maybe because I was exposed to it at so young of an age, maybe I knew that it was just rap, but I never, like I was raised on gangster rap, and I never had well, as you spoke, you know what I'm saying, I did exactly what you say, like when you visualize what they rapping, that's definitely a fact, but for me personally, I just feel it's more about what you say, because all music brings a reaction, you know what I'm saying? If it's let's get it on, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that, like, you know, the old heads quick to talk about like some of our music, how sexualized it is, but if you go back and look at the lyrics of some of they was talking about the same shit, you know what I'm saying, but they was a little smoother with it, but I think it's more of what's being said, you know what I'm saying, because just compared to, you know, people consider Tupac a gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you can listen to Pac and you can like, man, I'm finna go march. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I think, like you said, it's like what some of the rap artists are putting out is what you say, witchcraft or something?
It's down there witchcraft.
Yeah, for sure.
The way is catching the kids' attention to go do something. It's like you ordering them to go do something, and they just going to do it. But even so much of the rap that we raised on is different from today, though. Like we were saying, like when Pac rap, what he did, what did he talk about? He talked about the oppressors, right? He talked about everything that would make all of us relate to the same thing, to come together to go handle that, though. It was in that movement, though. Even though they didn't like it, it made other people uncomfortable, though. So it's like our music is talking about killing our people, though. Now today, you know what I'm saying? And it may have been back then too, but it would be like stories, though. It would be like stories that you can listen to, like Biggie, like I got a story to tell, like something like that, though. Or instead not, but now it's about the way you can kill somebody, how you can kill somebody. And I may be wrong, though.
Or exactly how I just did kill somebody in real life.
Exactly,
you know
and snitch on yourself.
Right.
You
so
like, man. That's what I tell the kids. I tell some of the kids, and I be like, man, like you let a 3-minute song let you get 30 years, then you gonna get out in 30 years, and that same 3-minute song gonna be an old school song. Like we gotta relax and realize exactly what's going on.
Man, for sure, man. You realize what's going on, man, cause having wisdom out here on these streets, man, is life or death at this point. You know what I'm saying? From just going to the motherfucking store. You know what I'm saying? So, with you getting ready to bring your own child into this world, man, what's gonna be on your approach? You know what I'm saying, with raising her? Is that something that you thought about?
For sure.
So if you could just shut up with us, man, from somebody with your expert opinion. You know what I'm saying? With you dissing all this knowledge, how you gonna approach it?
So I think it's gonna start with me. By the way, with her being a woman, it's gonna be with how she views me treating her mom. I think that's gonna be vital. However she see her daddy treating her mom, that's gonna determine what she accepts from a man or not. You know what I'm saying? I want to be exactly correct. I want to be very honest with her. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm a spoiler. That's my baby girl, and it's my first one. It's over with. So I want to spoil my baby girl in that way, but I also want her to develop principles. You know what I'm saying? Like every morning, I'm gonna ask her, like, you know what I'm saying, what's a leader? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come up with a definition of what a leader is for her. You know what I'm saying? Things that I can instill inside of her that she'll always remember, even when I'm gone, even when I'm not here no more. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have these things. She gonna remember, yeah, me and my daddy always said this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta practice what you preach. By her being a sponge, what can I instill inside of you? And so it's a project herself. She's a project. And I'm excited for it though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You definitely on the right path,
Sure.
man. You're a young brother with a lot of wisdom, man. So
That's all God, bro.
everything you saying, I'm getting ready to give you some tips, nigga. You got all the tips already, nigga. Oh sure it is. Like, oh yeah, that's exactly what you do, shit. Okay.
Sure.
Oh sure, man. That's what's up, man. So, we talked about. I'll cross that off. Okay, so back to curriculum, man. Is there any, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the things I heard you implement seem like real strategic things you set down and put together. So is that considered counseling, or is it just the curriculum? Or is there a difference?
It's like group therapy.
Okay.
So a curriculum is a formed way of doing therapy for real though. Like it's like programming for real though. That's all it is. A curriculum is programming, and so I do it I execute the curriculum in a form of group therapy, and in a form of an open dialogue. Cause I love to hear the opinions of them. They so smart, bro. These kids so smart. They different.
You gonna learn that. You finna learn that real quick.
Sure.
Real quick.
They so different for their age, and it's like I like to hear them express themselves. And I had one kid at the last session I had, the juvenile, one of the kids, he was like, I can manipulate anybody I want to. I'm like, see, you got it, but it's the way you use what you got.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like, you can do psychology with this.
Right.
What can you do with the mind? You can help people with this. He be like, you know what, you right. I ain't never think about that. And it'd be like, to us, it'd be like, that's common sense, but to them, they're not aware of it. Because it's not implemented in their lifestyle. So it's like, letting them know that your purpose, the thing that you're good at, I always tell them, your purpose is what you would do for free for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, would you do that for free? He's like, yeah, I do it for free because I can do it naturally. That might be your purpose, brother. You feel me? Like, so what it is that you need to do.
All right, man. We spoke on the music real quick. I wanted to know, man, what you listen to?
What I be listening to?
Yeah.
Man,
what you be telling kids, be careful with the music. What you getting kind of turn on, man?
To be honest, I listen to some podcasts for real though. I watch a lot of YouTube. I listen to some gospel music for real though. Depending on my mood, I still listen to R&B. I'm really at that age. That's funny for real though. But I do still listen to some Wayne too though. You get what I'm saying?
Got to.
I got it. Hey, you hear me?
Wayne probably the best rapper of the generation.
For sure, yeah. So you already know how that was.
Catalog everything,
yeah,
Joe.
Yeah.
So I can't even. You gotta ask Wayne.
Yeah. This is Wayne, Cole, Biggie, Pac. I love a lot of old school music though, because it's like I can't relate to now. I can't.
That's why I was right. I had my mother's first husband. He used to ride around. He had sounds in his car, and he was listening to the rap he grew up on. So I'm listening to all Eazy-E, NWA,
for sure.
Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? I knew all these songs word for word. When the movies come out, I know all this shit word for word.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying?
And that might be a generational thing too.
Yeah, for sure. But so, man, what us being in the city of Chicago, man? What's your thoughts on gentrification, man?
It's like you can see it, right? Like, I mean, and it's nothing wrong with it, but it's out of the norm for us, like growing up out there. When you see a white person jogging in your neighborhood, you never seen this. Like, nah, there gotta be something going on. They comfortable doing this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and I may be wrong for saying that, but I'm just being real though. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it look different. Or maybe seeing the prices rising, right? Property taxes rising, right? And it's like, grandma been staying in the same house for X amount of years. You get what I'm saying? Now they raising property taxes, knowing that her check not that much. It's like it's intentional.
Why we can't gentrify and leave the people put? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why
For sure. Get the community better. Just upgrade it. And you feel me? Leave our people there.
All right, man. So currently, man, just talk to me about the current state ICFS, you know what I'm saying? What I got coming up? What's going on? Any new partnerships? Anything like that?
We do right now. We're in negotiation with different companies around the community for real though. But it's more so of like them taking time to, you know, they got to talk to other people, and other people got to get their approval and different things. So we more so in the business approval stages of things for real though. So I mean, we still getting around, still out here, still, you know.
Has anybody been reaching out with like some advice or some tips and pointers and stuff like that?
No, that's one thing. That's another thing that I've learned too. That is it depends on who it is that may do that. People, when you meet people in their face, they may tell you, get them a call at any time and everything like that. Give me a call for sure, we can meet. And when you actually follow up with them, some of them don't.
And shit.
Yeah, you feel me? Now, it be quiet, or you know what I'm saying. I guess they busy. I can't say that they not busy. You feel me? But I don't really hear back. But it's definitely, I definitely have met some solid people who I got a solid foundation with now. Like definitely some partnerships and stuff like that. Some common.
What is your goal for it? Like, do you want it in the schools? Do you want a youth center? Do you want an online class? What's your goal for it?
Anywhere we can get in for real though. More so, I would love like a youth center for real. That's like my main thing. But I would love to start out at like after school programs, restorative justice program, especially restorative justice programs. Like, cause inside of the curriculum is a transition program that helps people transition from being incarcerated back into society within a proper way with a plan. You know what I'm saying? And they get to make the plan themselves and thoroughly put down their truths on how to transition, how they want to transition. You tell me your goal, and we're going to find out the alternates in your environment and in your life that we can hit up on, and then you follow what you put down. It's you. But all accountability is on them. Also, even so much of getting them accountability partners. So definitely restorative justice programming. Pretty much wherever kids are. It really don't matter, especially CPS. Like, I love to go there.
That's crazy that you mentioned the restorative justice program, because myself was just in one. I was dealing with a case. It was basically my first case. And it was like, you can do this, and we would drop everything. It was a restorative justice program. It's called JRCC or some shit like that. But the idea was in the right place. You know what I'm saying? They had a thing called Stick Talk. Like every week, you come in a group of young men, you know what I'm saying? We sit in a circle, we talk about our day, talk about real topics. It's like uncut, unfiltered. Whatever we say in here, don't go back to the court, shit like that. It was like all in a good vein. It was right in the hood where it needed to be, right on 16th Pulaski. But my problems with the program was they brought people in from the community, but it wasn't the type of people that you need. Like, it was one of them, no disrespect to any woman, but it was a woman in there, like, every time you try to say something, like, nah, it's like one of them. You know, you got some of them in the hood, too, you know what I'm saying? And then the other brother, you know what I'm saying, he was a brother, you know what I'm saying, but I could, you know what I'm saying, you could read, you know what I'm saying? My brother, my man, he come from humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so, you know, it's like, the ideal was in a good place. The other issue I had with it is I would go there and sometimes I'll be me, 1-2 other people in there. And I'm like, do y'all know where y'all at? This should be full of people. I got a list of people who fighting drama right now that I can bring up in here, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's like, this is another thing I feel like sometimes it's pay to play programs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a paid lawyer for my case. You know what I'm saying? And this was after months and months of continuance that this opportunity was given to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm asking a lawyer, like, you know what I'm saying, if I wouldn't have paid the money, just say I wouldn't have paid, you know what I'm saying, for you, and I just went with a public defender, would I still got the same opportunity? He was like, I highly doubt it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So if I wouldn't have did, it was a good chance I'd have been a felon because I couldn't have paid for an attorney.
Right.
So.
Right. That really make you look at the system though, like, man, and wonder why the recidivism rate keep going up though.
I know why it is, man. We kind of touched on it earlier, man. It's to work against us, man. It's in my opinion, you know what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of it's systemic racism, man. It's country built on it, man.
Listen, it is written. It is written under the authority of God, bro. He already told us, the children of Israel, bro. And this everything gonna always go against us, bro. Like, and not to get off topic, but like the downloads God has been allowing. He has been giving me the privilege to get. I truly see it though, and it's always gonna work against us, bro. That's because we in my opinion, we the chosen people though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you could read, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely all laid out, and it's not to go off talk, man. It's definitely what we here to do, man. So if you don't mind, you know what I'm saying? I heard you speak on your religious. I'm not even sure if it's religious, but your inspirational ties, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So if you could, like, what is are you a Christian, an Israelite, a Muslim? What's to that?
I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian. I do believe that Jesus is the Son of God, but at the same time, when I do deal with people of different beliefs, we always have to have a reminder that we all look the same, and we still, regardless of what we believe in, if it's somebody that, you know what I'm saying, don't look like us, not trying to preach against, like, you know what I'm saying, going against, but more so for our community, we still got to represent our community. We need to put that in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? But I am a Christian though, and I got my reasons for that though. You know what I'm saying? Because when I called out I've been through a phase where I lost myself. You know what I'm saying? Right after football, I didn't know who I was. I had an identity crisis, and so I tried to find myself in different places, and I kind of moved away from Christianity because that's what I grew up in. I'm like, I'm going to find my own way. You feel me? I'm going to find God in my own lane. But nothing worked until I came back to what was grounded in me as a child, though. You know what I'm saying? And now I got my own understanding. I got my own reasoning for why I believe in what I believe in now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I am what I am.
Okay. So, let me ask you this, man. Civil rights movement, 70s, 80s, early 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like the churches played a big role in the community as far as the community and civil rights at large, you know what I'm saying? Everyone from stuff like Martin Luther King or just different churches that was a victim of terrorism from racism and stuff like that. Do you feel like the role that the church played in community has changed? Do you feel like it needs to be more? Do you feel like it's a different role because of the social media age and everything being more visual and mobile? What's your opinion on the church's role in the community?
I don't know enough about all the churches to really grasp.
For sure.
To really give an answer, but I do know that in the word it says that there will be false prophets that rise during the last days. And I truly feel like we're in the last days, and sometimes when things don't work in the way that they used to, it may be because somebody is working out of their will. Maybe God didn't call them to do that. You know what I'm saying? When God calls you to do anything, he's God. He's the Alpha and the Omega. It's nothing that he can't do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he wants you to do, he's going to do it, and you're going to execute it. So it may be people moving out of their position, but that may be with anything besides the churches. But as far as the church roles, I got to learn a little bit more about exactly, the functioning of that. But then again, I did hear that the church has a lot of pressure on them too, because, I heard TDJ say, in black churches, we expect to be the counselor, we expect to be everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to come to the churches, but in the white churches, they come, they worship, and they go home. So it's like the black church got a lot more pressure, but that's just from what I'm hearing, not from what I observed. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And now that you say that, I just think, but that's kind of like what the black church has always been.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It used to be a safe haven from slave catchers. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely deep, man.
And I think my fault.
No problem. I want you to lose your train of thought.
For sure. I think that's because we naturally spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Us being chosen, God gonna always find a way, right? So I always say, like, I had a conversation with somebody about the Bible, right? And they was like, the white man wrote the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, for one, the first Bible ever written was written in Ethiopia, right? And so Ethiopia is in Africa. That's the first Bible ever written, right? And so I always put it in this way. So the most important person in the Bible is described as a black man. You know what I'm saying? Foot bronze, hair like wool. You get what I'm saying? He's described as a black man, and it'd be like
King Solomon was described as a black man
King
too.
Solomon, right? You know what I'm saying? And all of these, and they was in the same bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if we look at it, if we logically look at it, right? It could be possible that when our people was enslaved, right, the Bible had already existed within our community, right? Let's say it did, right? Let's say this existed, right? And so it could be that the elders was killed off, those people who knew our true history, and the babies was raised up, and the younger people that was raised up that didn't exactly know our history. So now the Bible could be used against our people so they can manipulate what it says. But what's for you is going to be for you. So it could be that we were spiritually inclined to always know the word, because that's who it was meant to be for. But it's just something that I believe, though. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean it's right.
Okay.
You know, for sure.
And that's kind of what I asked you. Do you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Do you find yourself like trying to convince other people of your faith? You know what I'm saying? Or you be like, yeah, I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? However you live your life, man, that's on you.
No, I you know what? I wouldn't even be a true Christian if I did that, though. If people are interested in knowing why I believe what I believe, you know what I'm saying, then we can go forth. But that's on me. If I believe in something, I say Christianity is my foundation, right? Because I believe in God, I have to live by His word. Meaning I gotta put forth the fruits, right? The fruits like being kindness. You get what I'm saying? Looking out for people. You get what I'm saying? It's a way that you carry yourself that will make people attracted to you. Like, why are you the way you are? You get what I'm saying? They can see something in you that they want, and you can share it. Then that's when you get the green light to share the gospel with them, though. But I'm not ashamed of what I believe in. But I think it's more so of an explanation of. Well, I would say, let me put it this way. The reason why I believe in what I believe in is because when I called on the name of God, you get what I'm saying? This is how He spoke to me through the Bible. You get what I'm saying? And I knew He spoke to me because I randomly flipped it open. And it was the answer to questions that I had to God in a time of frustration, in a time where I was down, I was broken. And he answered like me and you talking. If I ask you a question, exactly like that. I knew nothing about the Bible, and from that day forth, I'm like, I was mind blew. And from there, He just gave me downloads. Like He gave me downloads as far as like the human body, like what we are. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like how, you know what? Let me give you an example, right? So in the curriculum, I have this is something I share, right? So I have the spirit, the soul, and the body, right? I say the spirit is our intuition. It's an internal alarm system. So I tell the kids, raise your hand if you did something that you regret. And they raise their hand. Me too, right? And we went against that alarm system, right? That internal alarm system. We convinced ourselves, man, I ain't scared. I'm still finna go. It don't feel right. You know it don't feel right. Maybe it's a little girl, right, that you heard about. You feel me? You know she not good for you, but yet you still go for it, right? But it's our flesh. It's inside of our body. Now, I explained that the flesh is something that we are attracted to because it's worldly. The flesh is of the world, right? So when we die, our spirit leaves our body. That's why we look stiff in a casket, right? So the spirit is no longer there. You get what I'm saying? So now you look stiff in the casket. But outside of the casket, we fluent, right? We fluent. We got blood in us and everything. We moving the way we moving, but it look different in us. So that's the difference in between when the spirit is out of your body. Now the flesh loves sex, the flesh loves food, the flesh loves anything of the world, but the flesh does not go with you, right? So when you die, your flesh, it melts into dust, right? Go back to dust. So if you was to open your casket 100 years from now, if people open your casket 100 years from now, you're going to be dust. You're going to be a skeleton. That's your flesh. It's not important as your spirit because your spirit goes back to God. Your flesh stays here. And so it's a battle between both. Now your psyche, your soul has to make a choice whether we listen to our flesh or whether we listen to our spirit. You get what I'm saying? And so when let's say the same scenario with the girl, let's say we listen to our flesh, we end up going to hit her, right? Even though you had that, your spirit was telling you, your internal alarm system was telling you that she's not for you. We go to hit her, right? You feel me? Now you're gonna have a baby by somebody who you don't want to have a baby by. You can get backdoored, you can catch diseases, all because you didn't listen to your internal system. And your soul has to make that choice. Now our soul is our psyche, right? right now, me and you, like, think about this, right? So this how raw the soul is, and this is the body. So you ever experienced VR, virtual reality? You know how you looked at your hands? If you look at your hands right now and tell me the difference between virtual reality and real life, look at it. Like, we can see only our hands. We can't see nothing behind us. I can't see my face. You get what I'm saying? You see what I mean? I can't see my face, Mo. I only can see this. And it's the same view. It's a virtual reality, Mo. And our psyche is our guidance. Our body is a servant to our psyche. You get what I'm saying? Our body has to do what our psyche wants. So like when we working out, we jogging. And this is something I learned today. God puts me through things so I can know the lesson of it. Like I gained a lot of weight. You get what I'm saying? And I know that. And today I was running. I'm like, and he exposed this to me. And I ran for like 4 miles, bro. I promise you. I ran for 4 miles because of my psyche. My body went as far as I wanted it to go. I was blue. I'm not blue in a bad way, but like,
for sure.
Amazed. Like, this is really real for real though. It's kind of like The Sims, right? You ever played The Sims?
You know that.
You know The Sims, right? So you know how The Sims, like when people, you get little people who got their own functionings, and we be building things for them, right? Maybe God look at us this way, right? Like little people that got their own funds, they got their own free wills. Let's say this, right? Check this out. So let's say God was a Sims player, right? And he created his own character. Since he's the creator of the Sims world, it's their actual reality, right? You get what I'm saying? It's their actual reality. It's real to them. If he created his own character, his character would be the best character ever to exist because he's the creator of it. So he know the functioning of all the games, right? That is, in my opinion, who Jesus Christ was. You get what I'm saying? It was God, the creator, because we're in a virtual reality suit. You get what I'm saying? He came down because nobody else was willing to do what he needed us to do in order for someone to die for our sins. And Jesus was pure. The things that he did was so raw. It's like spitting in the ocean and then telling somebody go find your spit. That's how hard it was to do what he did. Right. He remained pure for 33 years. Children are the purest form of human beings. Huh?
I said he the example.
He the example, right?
If he could do it, he came in the flesh of man. We supposed to be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, it is, bro. I'm telling you, it's so cold to me. So when I look at it like, hey, that's different. And so from that, I get a sense of the download, and I get a sense of who he wants me to be, my purpose for being here, and I'm fully with it. I'm ready to, I'm on that whenever God wants me to be that. So it's like, and because he exposed this to me, I want to help other people realize what I know now. And so it's so interesting to me that that's my purpose right now, to help kids realize this, that it's bigger and it's deeper before it's too late.
Okay, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. Cause I definitely do more research on things. I'll be checking the different groups, different brothers out, man. I want to get your opinion on this, man. Or are you familiar with the Hebrew Israelites, the Black Hebrew Israelites? I seen them on
YouTube.
Yeah. So basically, and I'm just throw a few ideas on you. I just want to get your opinion on what you think, man. So they basically, you know what I'm saying, they believe in the Bible. They follow the Bible 100%. And in their opinion, we not Africans. Like me and you, we not Africans. So the Israelites that was in Egypt, you know what I'm saying, when they left Egypt, Moses take them out of Egypt. They was in wilderness for 40 years, and then they get the promised land. And then after that, they get back to worshiping idols and stuff. And then God put us in control over the Africans. And then the Africans, you know what I'm saying, they ain't sell they own people, they sold Israelites. And that's how we ended up over here. And that's how we fulfill the prophecies in Deuteronomy as far as getting put on ships by your Walter Bop and all that.
The Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah. So in their eyes, all that stuff is prophesied. Like I want to believe like this is like Babylon or something like that. But what's your opinion on that, man?
I would be phony if I said that it didn't sound like it was right. I mean, in Christianity, we kind of believe this. I ain't gonna say we kind of believe the same thing. It's so confusing. Well, I ain't gonna say it's so confused, but I don't know if I wasn't there, it can only be something that I believe, but that's not something that I don't believe either, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I see the big difference, because I'm familiar with both groups. The big difference is the Israelites take the Bible as Israelite, Hebrew, and the Bible, that's their culture, a history book, and it tells the future. And they main beef with Christianity is they feel like Christianity interprets the Bible wrong and tells people that God loves everybody when it's just an Israelite book. And they feel like it's just like Christ the promise was only given to the Israelites and stuff like that. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, in the word it says that that God, like, we are the God's chosen people, though. The Israelites were, I ain't gonna say we, but, well, the Israelites were God's chosen people, though. But he also extended, like, and Paul, he also extended out to Gentiles, too. That was like non-Hebrews. You get what I'm saying? And so I think that's how it is, though. But I would have to really...
Yeah, for sure.
So
All
I
that
really have to like dive more deeper into that.
And I'm not trying to debate with you. I just like your train of thought, and I just like to see what you know what I'm saying, how you process things and stuff like that.
For sure.
What they would say to the Gentile situation would be like, so basically, like Paul was a Roman,
right?
But that's just because he lived in Rome.
He lived in Rome, right?
But his blood was still Israelite.
Right.
So what they say is Gentiles could be Israelites too. Oh. So what they saying is like the black man that's married to a white woman holding a Confederate flag, he's a Gentile and he need to come home. That's what they say. They say Gentiles ain't everybody. That's just what they say. I think I just feel like I feel like if all the groups just came together,
literally for the
it'll be a whole nother country, man.
You in my head, Joe.
We get any president we want, any law we want. It won't be no shutting down Walmarts. You know what I'm saying?
This is a smart way to finesse our people, though, to split us up.
Because it's still division within the good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. And we all got key points, though. But it's the ego inside of some of us, though. Religion is just a way that different people agree to worship God. When Jesus came down, he talked about the kingdom of heaven. He didn't worship a religion. They made a religion out of him. You get what I'm saying? Christianity is a religion out of him. So if you believe in Jesus, you automatically identify as Christianity. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like if we can come together, like what you saying though, and put aside and worship God as who we know God to be, and like, cause it's so much division in it. It's so much division in different groups, and then strong people. Like the Muslims they got great discipline. Great eating, everything. You get what I'm saying? And it's so much information that's spread out though. So, you know, if we come together, truly, man, like what you saying though, and it's a divisive thing though. Like how they was in the 60s though. I'm not sure if that was how it was. I'm gonna have to look more into that. But when I seen it, everybody had like one common goal. And it was more so like better in the community, because regardless of what you believe in, we all still gonna be looked at the same way from the police, from everybody else. They ain't gonna care what you get. Your clothes ain't gonna determine how they treat you.
For sure.
You feel me?
You know, some people say that the change happened with Martin Luther King. Some people, I speak for the Israelites. The Israelites say Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying, led black people into a burning building. You know what I'm saying.
I heard that.
Basically, you know what I'm saying, with the non-violence.
Right.
I done heard. I gotta do more research myself as well, but I done heard like when he came with like the non-violent stuff, like niggas was like, what? Like let's fight the like. We want to sit in the same restaurants. Like niggas we don't want to. We like our own restaurants. We like our own schools. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I don't know how. It's a whole nother episode, you know what I'm saying, as if segregation was good or bad for black people. But in your opinion, do you think segregation hurt black people in a way?
Man, you know what? I just learned about Wall Street in Oklahoma.
Black Wall Street.
Boy, Black Wall Street, boy. Hey, we had it going on, what?
The only government bombing within in the United States.
Yeah, that's crazy. They had planes bombed. They said they produced more millionaires than all the million. I guess it was I forgot what stat it was. It said they produced so many millionaires inside of the Wall Street. Like, we had our own everything. That's truly like black excellence, though. And it's like, man, whether it was, I think we do thrive with each other, and that's because I think it's a natural thing. Same way Chinese people, Hispanic people, they thrive with each other. Chinese people thrive with each other. We gonna thrive with each other. White people gonna thrive with each other. And I think that's because it's cultural, though. Like we know how certain things supposed to go. You're naturally just made like this, but I think it's good to know other people outside just to be aware of like the functioning of different cultures. But you know, we're a melting pot now, so. Mm-hmm.
I think black people just lost they will to be black. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? It was like after that it was like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just be with everybody, even if it's same species, same male, girl, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I don't know. That's definitely a deep talk, man. It might be something we talk about on a future episode, man. For sure. Because it's definitely deep, man. Before you get up out of here, man, is there anything you want to leave people with, man?
Man, I'll say me personally, regardless of what you believe in, get to know God. Find identity. You get what I'm saying? In Genesis, he said, let us make them in our image, right? Let's make them in our image. And so, if you want to know your image and you want to know who you are, we got to go back to the foundation of who we are. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to God. We got to get back to God, man. And that's the only way we can really get it in love for real, though. We got to find a way that's common amongst each other where we can lock in, bro. What is it? What is it that we need to do? What questions do we need to ask? Because, you feel me? Like
I feel like we got 8 minutes left. But I feel like it's just investing in people. It's like you want somebody to, you know what I'm saying, have the same enthusiasm as I might have about a situation, you know what I'm saying? But when we leave this event, you know what I'm saying, they putting hot water on the stove, you know what I'm saying? So they only happy for right now, but they got to go back to a dark place, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the big part of it, you know what I'm saying? People are like, it ain't always about money, but, you know what I'm saying? Sure. It make a lot of shit happen. I don't know if it's reparations. I don't know if it's
on everything.
Gentrification without uprooting families in schools. And real quick, man, we got 7 minutes left. That's the question that on Shorty. That's the question that dumped my fucking head, y'all. I'm not slow. It's a question. Are you familiar with the locating the immigrants at the city colleges and the police departments?
I'm not familiar with it.
So, the immigrants that came to the border, they bust them all to states. I forget what they call the states, but states where immigrants are safe. Like ICE ain't gonna pick you up and deport you. So it's like Florida, Texas, Chicago. So it's like migrants here will know where to stay, and they putting them in high schools with like beds and cots and stuff. And the community is coming out saying, how y'all close a high school down for our community, but then y'all come put them in, and in the community, a lot of communities out saying it ain't right. What's your opinion, real quick? Do you feel like Chicago should be a safe haven for illegal immigrants? When we got this crisis of our own going on?
Yeah. I think we should come together with a plan as a people of what we would do with the buildings as well. But I think it should be utilized for our people, even so much homeless people too as well, though. You know what I'm saying?
I said they could have been you. Why haven't it? If it's so sustainable for living, why ain't y'all been did that?
Right. Even technically, the immigrants will be considered homeless as well, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So
But I'm just saying, up to this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely 100% with, you know what I'm saying? This whole country is built on immigrants, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with the immigrants coming, but don't have no abandoned school in no neighborhood for 5 years. And then all of a sudden, like, we got the government, I forgot how many millions they got to keep these different facilities. I want to say they got one at Wright. I want to say they got one at another college out south too, where they got people in the annex bunking in. But the city got so many millions. I want to say like 5 million. They say it's only gonna be good for like 21 days or some shit like that. But I'm thinking in my head, like, why we ain't got 5 million? You know how much 5 million do to all the city parks in the Austin community?
Show that.
5 million.
I agree with you. I agree. It could be so much, like a whole renovation. Like,
that's all we need to get. We need brothers like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I know you got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying, with your passions and stuff like that, but we get a lot of brothers like you and Corey and stuff like that in places of leadership and within the community. That's what it's gonna start at, man.
Hey, who knows, man?
That's definitely what's gonna start. Before you go, man, let the people know where they can reach out to you, where they can bring you up, where they can network, all that good stuff.
Hey, man, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or at ICFS Consultancy. That's my @ name. Let me see. My email is Initiatingchangeforself at gmail.com. You can reach out to me within those, and you can get my number, and we can chop it up and figure out something. If it's something that you want to do for your youth, if you have youth, we could do that. Or even if you want to chop it up yourself, anybody need a transition plan, political things. At this point, however I can service people, however I can help our community, I'm all for it. Just hit me, collaborate, you do whatever. Just reach out to me.
For real. That's real honorable activities. I love having real honorable people up here, man. So, and this is gonna be like Vlad and Boosie. I don't know if you watched that on YouTube, man. But we're gonna be like that. I swear, every time something happen relatable that I feel like you can comment on, I'm gonna write it down for the next time you come, and we're gonna take care of that, man. So, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Be safe, man.
All right, be smooth, bro.
All right, man. In a minute.
Yeah.